Caitlyn was a very quiet child who preferred to play quietly in the background, sit quietly and play quietly on her own, very much isolated herself.
She was extremely quiet.
Very shy, quiet.
Quite shy and very reserved.
We didn't have a lot of interaction with our extended family, and so she didn't have a lot of other children to play with. She tended to usually play at home and didn't really go to their friends until she started at kindergarten. Caitlyn was very close and comfortable around her own family, her siblings, her brothers.
Her mum and dad, of course, but then she didn't interact with my husband and I.
She didn't talk to her grandparents very much.
Let's go outside and play.
Well, it didn't upset me or anything. It was just a shyness that we thought she was shy, and that one day we would click with her. We were having a special occasion at home, at her home, and I had taken my mother there, who was her great-grandmother, and she did come across to me and pull my sleeve and look at me quite seriously and say, "When are you going to take your friend home, Grandma?" So that was her first sentence to me.
Playful interaction only happened in her room, and then we'd sort of go back to the main room and Caitlyn would become really reserved again in the presence of adults that she wasn't comfortable with, and then we sort of wouldn't engage much in the main family room.
Kevin, can I just catch you for a sec, please?
Certainly.
We're just a bit concerned about Caitlyn at the moment. She just seems to be not talking to any, like myself or any other staff. She won't answer any questions or anything like that. So
Right.
we just wanted to, bring it to your attention. We think maybe she might have selective mutism.
Okay, right.
There's ways that we could support you by.
Well, I was just surprised. I didn't believe that she had an unsocial behaviour. I thought she was just a quiet, shy young girl, very much like her mother.
Selective mutism, it's a refusal to talk in certain situations despite an ability to talk in others. It often occurs in conjunction with an anxiety disorder, so there is a sort of a very big psychological and emotional component as much as it is a communication issue. There's a little thing in the middle of your brain called your amygdala, and it's kind of like the security guard to all your hormones. And it's sort of your fight, flight or freeze. And there's a part in the back of your brain which is your hippocampus, which is where all your memories are stored. And the front of your brain is your prefrontal cortex, which is like your wise old owl, the reasoning part of your brain. Basically, you get really stressed, you flip your lid, okay? All this cortisol goes bzzz all through your brain. And what happens is that means you can't access, or it interferes your access to your memories. So you literally can't get back there and go, oh, hang on, this has happened once before and I was okay in this moment. And then it also interferes with the way to get to that rational part of your brain. That anxiety just takes hold, and the only thing you have to deal with that is control. And, in that situation, in that general sort of social situation, the thing that you can control most is your own talking. You can't control what they're going to say to you, you can't control what they're going to think of you, but you can control the way you interact with them.
Every parent finds it really embarrassing when their child refuses to answer people. People have expectations that children should answer. To me, that I struggle with her not responding, but I have to actually let her go because that's her, and they have to learn to accept that that's the type of person that she is, and that's the way it is. I don't know how you get over that, like, as a parent.
Forcing a child with selective mutism to talk is not effective at all. It is usually exacerbates the problem, because that's the very nature of the difficulty.
Well, I did hope that there would be some way that Caitlyn could be helped.
The teacher said I never got any better
While you were
to
there,
her or any of the other teachers.
I still see that anxiety, on a regular basis in her life now. What's going on in your head, or you don't really know? Or
I just want them, like,
I just want
they
to
start talking to me, I'm like, don't talk to me.
Just go away. Just go
Stop
away.
talking to me.
Yeah.
Please go away. And I can feel my heart beating in my chest, and I'm then my asthma kicks in and then I can't breathe very well at all, which doesn't help. But it just goes, you know, it's like, and I can feel my whole body shaking and just want to hide inside my jacket. And so, shaking right now. Doesn't help. But, you know, that's what it feels like.
Maybe I should have recognised and that could have had some sort of treatment and help. Could her state now not be as bad if we had dealt with it at a younger age.
Parents do the best they can with the information they have at hand when they have it. No one can ever criticise a mum for wanting the best for their child.
That's the hardest thing.
That's right.
You just want to do everything for them.
Absolutely.
And you just want to go, okay, it's going to be okay. You're going to be able to cope with this. But
for sure.
It's just, you know, I could be hit by a bus tomorrow. You need to be able to communicate that sort of thing. So it's just
yelling at me. That makes me sad.
She doesn't like anybody yelling at her. She has a real thing about anyone yelling at her.
Yeah. Again, it's a battle, but it is something that you can do together. And like you say, being there for Caitlyn is quite a bit different to doing things for her.
Maybe it's my expectations, family's expectations, friends, you know, and expecting her to respond to people. As I said, socially, people expect you to respond. And maybe it's about me, not about her, so it has to be on her terms. That, okay, I know that there's a problem and I've got to go and deal with it.
Like, well, what if I don't think there's a problem? What if I'm fine with this?
Yeah, but being fine with it and recognising that it's a problem
What if
is
I'm
different.
fine with my problem?
I think you got something there. You happy? You're sad.
What? Why are you sad?
I don't know.
Eh?
I just feel like I've disappointed you.
What? No, I'm not. No. Don't get me. No, you've never haven't disappointed me. Never disappointed me. It's not a disappointment, Caitlyn. It's just a. Once you have a kid, that's it. You can't get rid of them. They're in your head, and you want the best for them in every way, in everything that they do. So, you know, it's not you haven't disappointed me because I'm proud of what you've done. This has been a hard weekend. I know that, but you've done it, and you should be proud that you've done it. Don't shrug your shoulders at me, because I'm very proud that you're my daughter.
My father always, every day, would take me to kindergarten. We walked there, and on the way, I would always hug the tree that was right by the gate.
Come on, Caitlyn.
That was just a thing I did every day.
You have a fantastic day at school. Okay.